Welcome to Using Wikipedia. In this module, I'm going to go over how you can use non-reliable resources to help you with your research. Non-credible sources. Unreliable sources usually don't contain up-to-date, accurate, or true information. They're usually sources that are non-academic, aren't written by experts in the field, or don't cite their own sources. This can be blogs, Wikipedia, forums, social media, etc. Using these sources can impact the quality of your work and will discredit you as a writer and a good researcher. But while you do not want to use these resources in your paper or cite them as a valid resource, they are good for the beginning stages of your research. They can provide you with an overall view of the topic, as well as some different search terms that you can use to find scholarly, academic, and peer-reviewed sources to use in your paper. Here are some do's and don'ts, and while these are specific to Wikipedia, they can be applied to other non-reliable resources. Wikipedia is a great resource to start your search when you know nothing or very little about your topic. It can provide you with a great overall view and search terms. Make sure to read the pages with skepticism, though. Wikipedia can be edited by anyone with any agenda, meaning someone can and has changed a wiki page as a joke. Wiki pages, though, will often have citations at the bottom of the page. Use those to help you find more reliable resources that you can use for your paper or project. Do not cite Wikipedia, whatever you do. Not only will this ruin the credibility of your work, but there is no guarantee that the page you cited will have the same information, even in the next hour. Because anyone can edit the pages, Wikipedia can change at any moment. Remember, do not treat Wikipedia articles as fact. We don't know who authored the information. It can be changed by anyone at any time. And as I said before, wiki articles can be changed as a joke to have false or bad information. With Wikipedia, it will allow you to explore the main points of a topic fairly easily, and is a really good resource to start a concept map. This is a brainstorming technique that allows you to make connections between concepts, ideas, and keywords. So you can start your research on World War II in Wikipedia and then use the keywords, citations, and links within the page to create a good concept map that you can use when searching for more reliable resources to use in your work. So here we go, we start with World War I. And as you can see here, it has all these different links within here. So you can start with, your concept map and just say World War I. Okay, what's another name it's known for? Okay, First World War, the Great War. So that's why when you're searching maybe within some of the library databases, you have these other search terms that maybe World War I isn't pulling up the results you're looking for. But if you type in First World War or the Great War, you might come up with better or different results. Here's the dates that the war lasted. So, you'd have another line of thought, coming across from that bubble. There's the phrase, what was known as the war to end all wars. And this is, it links, looks like to perhaps even a book. So we're going to go ahead and click on that, see where that goes. And so, it was known as the war to end all wars, but then it looks like there's a book that you could see if maybe the library might have, that there is a book that is titled The War That Will End All Wars by H.G. Wells. And so you see how this might lead to more information that you can record as you learn more and more about your topic. You can then see where you can then go find other more reliable resources that you can use rather than just citing Wikipedia. But as you go through, you can see also right here, you can talk about how the genocides that were that happened during the war, how the 1918 influenza was around that same time as well, how it was the deadliest conflict in history. So recording each of these concepts, ideas, and keywords is really important, because then you can then take these ideas and go research within library databases, news articles, etc., in which you can then find more and more resources that would be more reliable. it also down here talks about who was involved in that war. They've got pictures over here. Again, I wouldn't necessarily use these pictures in your if you have a presentation, but if you can do a reverse image search, which we go over in one of our other modules, you can then maybe find where these images came from and then use these images once you have the true citation of them. And you go through, and again, all these are different links to different things where they, a lot of them will link to more Wikipedia pages, which again, you don't want to cite these places, but it gives you kind of a rabbit hole to kind of dig yourself as you go and find out more and more about each of these search terms. And so you can keep expanding that concept map as you learn more about the subject. And of course down here, I mean, many of you probably explored Wikipedia, but you have all these different subject terms. And so is there something specific within World War II that you were, or World War I that you were wanting to study? And so you can kind of go through this and you want to know more about the Eastern Front or the Naval War. And it will of course take you down there. But if we scroll down to, just click on a few of these and see where they lead again. And just pay attention to this, if it says Wikipedia has gotten better over the years about identifying where things are not accurate or good resources. So again, I would not take most of what you read as truth or fact, but it is a good place to start for terms and ideas. But also just keep in mind that there are certain articles that need to be improved upon, and clearly this is one of them right here. But at the bottom of the page, I mentioned how there are citations. Scroll all the way to the bottom. So right here, so in your footnotes and references. And so you can see here, or some of these are referenced to like the London Gazette right here. So this is a more reliable resource. And so if we were to say to click on this one right here, see where it leads. So it leads to a page of the London Gazette from 1920, where it talks about the war and mentions a few key points. And so again, while you don't want to use the point that they made using that citation, you can then go and find the information and come to your own conclusion using their same resources. Right here is something from the New York Times. This is from the Journal Officiel de la République Française. So it's a PDF that will, is something to do with the war. So it's something from, I'm assuming, France. Looks like you might have to actually read French to understand it. But again, this is a primary source document. It is a very good resource to use in your research. And et cetera, et cetera. So even though you don't want to cite this page or any of these pages in which it is a Wikipedia source, you can use the citations that they have provided, whoever wrote these paragraphs, these articles, these pages, use their citations in your work rather than using the page itself. And then I just want to re-emphasize here that it is a free encyclopedia that anyone can edit, which means that anyone can go into any of these pages that we looked at and change the information to whatever they decide the information should reflect. So again, great place to start a concept map, a good place to get search terms and topics and ideas. It is not something you want to cite, because again, it can change at any point in time, because anyone at any time, as long as they have access to Wikipedia and the internet, can change any of these articles to any information that they so choose. And so here again is the concept map. And so as we can see, you start with World War I, and then you say, okay, what kind of, this person who was creating this concept map was more interested, okay, the deadliest battles, here's some information about that, the causes of it, the new technology that went into and the poisonous gas, the alliances, who is fighting who, etc. And so this is where you can kind of then take this idea with all those different concepts, topics, and ideas that we saw in that Wikipedia page, and then take this and then go into other avenues of research, such as library databases, and that's where you could take these terms and start finding resources that would be good to put in your paper to discuss these ideas. So this is the end of our Don't Google solo workshop. I hope the information we provided to you was helpful as you begin your research projects. If you need any research help, specific or general, or have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us. We're here to help.